Good afternoon. I'm Brian Fernandez, and welcome to the BizTech's Asian Midday Market Watch. Now, to kick things off, let's take a look at how markets in the region are performing, and we'll start with the cryptocurrency market. Now, Bitcoin is at 39,635. It's down 0.53%, so just under that 40,000 mark. The Ethereum is at 2,279.37. It's down 0.93%. Now, across regional stock exchanges, the picture is quite rosy. It's a sea of green. We start with the SGX, which is at 3,157.3. It's up 0.49%. Bursa Malaysia is at 1,517.1. It's up 0.11%. Now over to the Nikkei, it's at 27,774. It's up 0.7%. The Shanghai Composite is at 3,396.56. It's up 1.04%. The Hang Seng is at 26,172.31. It's up sharply at 2.74%. And the ASX 200 rounds up the numbers at 7,405.3. It's up 0.35%. Now, here's a summary of news from various markets across the region from this morning. Now, overall, Asian shares managed a semblance of calm in the US. Federal Reserve signaled it was no rush to taper stimulus. Now, even though the mood was fragile, as investors have been waiting to see if Beijing could stem the recent bloodletting in Chinese stocks. Now, there was some promising news, though, on the long-awaited US infrastructure bill, because the Senate voted to move ahead on the $1.2 trillion deal. Now, however, sentiment really depended a lot on the performance of Chinese markets amid reports that regulators had called banks overnight to ease market fears about tighter rules on the education sector. Overall, in Chinese markets, the blue chip shares soared 1.4%, but down more than 5% for the week. Over to the US, and Facebook shared 3.5% after the company warned that revenue growth would decelerate significantly. Now, this is even though it reported strong ad sales. Now, markets seesawed overnight when the Federal Reserve policy statement said that progress had been made towards its economic goals, seemingly to bring nearer the day when we might start to see tapering of its massive asset buying campaign. However, Fed Chair Jerome Powell took a dovish turn by emphasizing that they were some ways away, in quote, from substantial progress on jobs. Now, the next meeting is not till late September. So that gives the market a little bit of a breather from all this talk of tapering. Now, over to bonds. US 10-year yields eased back to 1.236%. after a brief pop higher, leaving them not far off from the recent floors of 1.128%. Now, the pattern was the same with the dollar, which ended up on the FOMC statement, but only to go down further on Powell's remarks. Now, the euro was at 1.1846 and above its 4-month trough of 1.175. Now, the dollar faded to 109.7 yen, now away from the top of 110.58 yen early this week, all of which saw the dollar index dip to 92.236. Now, in commodity markets, gold remained on the sidelines at 1,808 an ounce, having now spent 17 sessions in a $30 range. So it's been very, very tight. Now, overall, oil prices firmed after data showed that US crude inventories fell to pre-pandemic levels, now bringing the market's focus back to tight supplies rather than rising COVID-19 infections. Now, Brent was off 7 cents at $74.67 a barrel, while US crude lost 4 cents to $72.35. Now, that's it for our Asian Business Midday Market Watch. I'm Brian Fernandez. This video will be on our Facebook and LinkedIn sites, as well as our website, www.biztech.asia. Please subscribe and like our various platforms. Thanks a lot for tuning in.